One of the most effective communicators, presenters of our time is definitely Steve Jobs. His keynote speeches during Apple product launches are one of the most anticipated talks or presentations every year. And in this book, we discuss how to be insanely great in front of any audience. We break down the different presentation secrets that Steve Jobs uses during his keynote presentation. So as usual, I have my 5 key takeaways. Let's go with the first one, which is create a script before the slides. So one of the biggest traps that presenters have is they start with an open PowerPoint presentation and then they add their thoughts. It often ends up very cluttered without a key core message in that slide, right? So one of the tips that Steve Jobs usually does is he creates a narrative, a script first before transferring them to a slide. So one of the key components of or the strategies that he does is first he starts with a clear headline, right? So in creating his slides, he has a clear headline of what he wants to convey, the message he wants to convey to grab the attention of his audience. The second one is he's very passionate about what he is about to deliver, right? You need to have a passion statement. You're excited about this product launch or this upcoming talk because of the following reasons, right? The third one is, you may have a lot of ideas, but based on human psychology, we're only able to retain a very small amount of information, which is why the most effective speeches are condensed into 3 core messages, right? The fourth one is to increase retention or memory of your presentation. Is you need to use metaphor and analogies. For example, when Steve Jobs was presenting the MacBook, right? Instead of explaining the technicalities of a microprocessor, he used the analogy of as if it was the brain of a computer, which the lay person or the layman's person can understand what it meant, right? The fifth one is demonstration. So, what better way to highlight your solution, your product, by actually giving a quick demonstration of how it works and how it actually solves their problem? Next is partners. So, Steve Jobs is very well known for having co-presenters, wherein he invited, his colleagues, his vice president to share the stage with him to further emphasize or emphasize and improve his talk. Next is third party and customer evidence. So what better way to actually win the minds of people by showing past customers or existing customers who are happy using your products. Next is make it interactive, use of video clips, video testimonials, and even props to highlight what you want to present during the allotted time given to you. The next key takeaway is write Twitter like headlines. So the main idea here is, Twitter I think has 120 or 240 maximum characters, but we want to keep it very short. The main essence of this is we want to keep it concise. You need to have a clear headline that you want to highlight or emphasize in discussing a slide. So each slide should have one core idea or one message you want to get across per slide. And you can further improve your presentation skills by highlighting this through images, right? Similar to what I'm doing now. The next one is introduce the antagonist and the hero. So Steve Jobs usually, emphasizes the antagonist, the problem, the current situation, the current state, and then positioning Apple, for example, as the hero, as the solution to all of these problems. So it's usually the short hack when presenting is you need to present a flow like what do you do, what problem your company is trying to solve, how are you different from all of your competitors, and why should your audience care, right? By clearly articulating the antagonist, like the current state, the current problems that your customers may be experiencing, and positioning yourself as the hero or the solution, the only solution that can solve their problem, can further improve your delivery or your presentation skills and make it more compelling for them to listen. The fourth one is reveal the holy shit moment. So what does this mean? So pick one moment that can define the experience. For example, I think the MacBook Air when they released it, rather than simply present the specifications, show the product. Steve Jobs was a master of this, wherein he had a Manila envelope that contained the MacBook, and he slowly revealed it by removing it from the Manila envelope, and highlighting that this is the thinnest laptop ever created, right? So this was a holy shit moment to a lot of their audience, mainly because it's usually used to fit in paper, and it further emphasized the sleekness, the thinness of the MacBook Air, right? So try to think about what is the feeling, the experience you want to deliver to your audience, and how can you use props, be creative in driving the point home. And the last one is dress up your numbers with metaphors and analogies. So what does this mean? So when the iPod was launched, Steve Jobs could simply say that these are the specs. It has X number of memory, giga RAM or whatever, storage space. But we need to. It doesn't really mean anything, right? If you're an audience listening in, the tip here is to contextualize the idea, linking it to something relatable to add context. So, for example, when the iPod was launched, Steve Jobs, he had the iPod in his pocket and simply communicated it that it can fit 1,000 songs in your pocket. So this was a wow moment because rather than emphasizing the statistics, the technical specifications of the iPod, he was able to contextualize it into something that people can actually use, right? Wherein at the touch of their fingertips in their pocket, they can have access to 1,000 songs. So this made it easier for the average consumer to understand and further drove home the point uh, and make it more relatable to customers. So again, those are my 5 key takeaways from the presentation secrets of Steve Jobs. And if you like my summary, I do one book summary every week. And you could go to youtube.com, search Paolo Balinas, and I have dozens of business book summaries from personal development and so on. So with that, that ends this week's book summary. See you again. Thank you.